If you are a parent, especially a Christian parent, I'm gonna need you to watch this video. We owe it to our children. We owe it to our children to stop the every weekend drinking and partying and to spend time with them. We owe it to our children to stop having strangers in and out of the house carrying evil spirits, and to stop forcing the children to go play in the room where the older cousin has been and continues molesting them. We owe it to our children to break the generational curses that was okay. Everything seemed okay in our generations. We owe it to our children, parents, to stop letting your children put you to bed because you are the drunk adult that vomits all over the kitchen floor and you need babying. We owe it to our children to raise them ourselves and stop partying, fornicating, staying out till morning hours and letting the older sibling be the parent. We owe it to our children to make responsible financial decisions. We owe it to our children to look after them, to take care of them, so that that pedophile uncle stops getting hold of your child. We owe it to our children to be honest and open with them, so that the children do not enter into fornication and sexual relationships because they are looking for a father figure. The enemy walks around like a roaring lion, seeking who he can devour. Why do we think that children from a very young age get exposed to pornography and becomes addicted to pornography and masturbation? Why do we think that these children then grow up to become sexual deviants? Why do we think our children are getting into drugs and alcohol at such a young age? Why do we think children become rebellious in a household where there is constantly partying and drinking? Because these children feel rejection. These children feel abandoned. These children feel that the parents are there in the physical sense, but they are not there for them emotionally. If we are going to be generational curse breakers, we have to break the curses that we have introduced through patterns in our own home. We owe it to our children to change the trajectory of their lives. We owe it to our children to make sure that they are taken care of. We owe it to our children to put down the alcohol. We owe it to our children to not be spending so much time at the casino gambling until the next morning, and the children wake up and there's no milk for cereal, there's no bread in the house, but the parents are at the casino gambling. We owe it to our children not to be drinking and fighting in the streets because we are drunk on wine. We owe it to our children. Many times in deliverance, I hear the most horrible and gruesome stories of what happened to young children because their parents were physically present but absent in any other way. Remember something, the children that you have now have been borrowed to you by God, and you are a fool out here drinking, partying every weekend, thinking because we've made it financially, we're going to celebrate, having people with dirty spirits in and out of your house, neglecting your most prized possessions, beating them when they come to you with a problem. We are quick to shout and fight. We owe it to our children not to go out into the world and act like everything is okay, not to keep the shiny side on top, not to hold the blankan war. We owe it to our children to start breaking the generational curses in the household. We owe it to our children to put down the alcohol, put down the weed, put down anything that stops you from spending time with your children. You're raising children today, tomorrow they are fully grown adults. If they want nothing to do with you, you have to ask yourself, How did I spend my time? Did I give my children the best of me, or were they the last to receive any of my attention because they were just in my way and under my feet and just stopped me from living my life? We owe it to our children, because we are going to answer to God for the children that He blessed us with.